Hi, I'm Bill Jordan, president of Mountain View College. Welcome back to the fall semester at Mountain View.
One particularly beautiful day at Mountain View College, a professor was walking across one of the two glass-enclosed bridges that separates the east and west campus. The professor saw one of her students standing and smiling at the window while looking out at the exquisite scenery and babbling brook below. The student pointed at the creek and said, "Look, the turtles are out in force today." He pointed out no less than 6 turtles sunning themselves on the bank. "It's going to be a great day," the student continued. "In fact, I'd say it's going to be a 6-turtle day." The professor laughed and agreed, adding, "Every day at Mountain View College is a 6-turtle day." From the moment a day begins at Mountain View College, you know it's going to be special. Our curriculum and learning environment is superb. Our administration, faculty, and staff are constantly implementing new ideas to ensure Mountain View's already high academic standards. We stay ahead of the sweeping changes in education and technology, making certain that the college is always current with the needs of today's students. Mountain View College offers something for everyone. Special events and activities further enrich the lives of our student body, no matter what their individual backgrounds and interests might be. Whether you are a new student or someone who is returning to college, Mountain View is the perfect choice. We have the staff, the facilities, and experience to help you succeed.
It's my conviction, supported by abundant evidence, that Mountain View College is destined to alter in a very productive manner the future of Dallas County and the citizens who enjoy the good fortune to reside here.
And it all started here in 1970, while the campus was still under construction. However, this did not stop or even slow the vision of the men and women who founded Mountain View. Classes were held in tents and trailers until the main campus was completed. That humble beginning for Mountain View has been followed by many years of similar dedication and service to the people of Dallas County. Throughout our history, Mountain View College has touched the lives of thousands of students seeking the personal fulfillment that only higher education can bring.
This time will become but a small moment in my scheme of things.
The simplest way to describe what Mountain View College is all about is with our own mission statement. Mountain View College is a comprehensive community college dedicated to delivering excellence in education, encouraging intellectual and personal growth, and fostering new ideas which meet the aspirations of students and communities. What better way to express Mountain View College's ongoing commitment to the persons who entrust their educational dreams to us? A commitment that is as solid today as when it was originally made years ago. Academic excellence, student success, and a love for what we do, where we came from, and the unlimited potential of the future. These are just some of the reasons our students can say that every day at Mountain View College is a 6-turtle day.
Talking with Guy Gooding, Director of Student Programs and Resources at Mountain View College, who with other staff members in the Dallas County Community College District coordinate each summer a leadership program called the New Mexico Experience. Guy, what is the New Mexico Experience and why go off to New Mexico?
The New Mexico Experience is a one-week leadership intensive, Jeff. We select students from throughout the district who say that they're interested in leadership opportunities and who obviously are interested in getting away for a week and who perceive that a week in northern New Mexico is going to be somewhat a vacation for them. We understand that.
What is northern New Mexico like?
It's a very mountainous area, very interesting combination of arid desert and forests, great place for outdoor wilderness experiences, and a great place to experience another culture, which is incorporated in our concept of leadership, which is the issue of diversity and the sensitivity to what in New Mexico is the American Indian culture.
Who goes to the experience?
We start recruiting about 8 months out, and students are encouraged to complete an application and tell us why they're interested in leadership, why they're interested in this particular experience, what they want to contribute to the experience, what they think they'll take back to their campus when they return in the fall. So it's a district-wide outreach. All students are encouraged to apply for it. Obviously, because of limited numbers, only a limited few can be selected. Usually we will bring no more than 35 to 40 students.
Well, Guy, how does such an excursion, if you will, a week off in the mountains, promote or demonstrate leadership? How do they discover leadership?
Jeff, I want to say that I think that we all, over the years of doing this experience, have discovered that leadership that comes with the nature of this experience is possibly different than what we traditionally define as leadership behavior or the traits that a student might demonstrate. I think we typically perceive a leader in reference to their speaking skills or their ability to articulate, to demonstrate their vision. I think we've all heard the traditional definitions. We perceive our leaders in reference to our President of the United States, our supervisor, etc. And I think what we've discovered through the New Mexico experience is that in one way or another, all of us have the opportunity to demonstrate and to act out a leadership role, a role of responsibility for ourselves and for others.
Well, what kind of responsibilities do students assume there that suggest leadership?
One is the responsibility for self, in a way, and a responsibility to overcome fear, whatever that might be. And this experience is exciting to be in the presence of students acting that out. When you see a student for the first time leaning out over a 85-foot cliff, tied into a rappelling rope.
Oh, you're talking about fear.
I'm talking about fear, yeah. A perceived fear, certainly. It's, you know, we know because of our facilitators that it's absolutely safe. But it's what we call head fear. It's what we call the fear that comes up here, the fear that we're going to fall and break our neck. And what one experiences when they're in that fear oftentimes are the fears about life, the fears about success, the fears about failure. It's very easy when you're in a situation like that to then talk with a student after that experience about, in some ways, that metaphor. What did this physical fear, what does it mean to you in your personal life?
I suppose that through such activities in a very intensive setting like that, something of a community develops among the participants.
Definitely, yeah. And what you see in that respect, when I was mentioning earlier that we all in one aspect or another certainly have the possibilities of acting out or being a leader. When you build a community of 35 or 40 people over a week's period of time, and those 35 and 40 people are experiencing a whole range of physical exertion, physical risk, physical challenges, as well as emotional and personal in the workshops, the group dynamic, group processing that takes place when they're discussing their goals, their future, their place in life that they perceive for themselves. You don't have that kind of dynamic take place and not have a pretty strong community develop out of it.
Well, they get on the bus at the end of all of this, or they go to the airport, they fly back, or they drive back. What do they bring back to Mountain View College? What do they bring back to the community college district?
One of the things I believe they bring back is a more astute sense of who they are. I think they bring back, along with that, more confidence in what they can do and who they can be and what they can accomplish. And I think perhaps most important of all, Jeff, they bring back a sense of the responsibility that they know is theirs for their own personal success and for the success of others.
Guy Gooding, Director of Student Programs and Resources at Mountain View College. Summer can meet more.
Sing about tomorrow. In my need, you have always been tomorrow never came. He is young. He's a friend. Let him rest. Him unless has gone. Oh, my friends, forgive me. Bring him peace. That I live and you are gone. Bring him joy. There's a dream that can't be spoken. There's a thing goes on and on. Phantom faces at the window. Phantom shadows on the floor. Empty chairs and empty tables where my friends will meet no more. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifices for. Empty chairs and empty tables where my friends will see no more.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? We will be strong and stand with me. Beyond the barricade, is there a world you want to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Be free. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow.
Okay, let me pull out some main points and I'll put it all in a round. Let me see. SOC, Kimball, MVC. To the students at Kimball and SOC, you should think about coming joining me at the MVC, Mountain View College, where you get educated, get knowledge. You can move on, keep your Stacey Adams shoes polished. When you get older and out, you can be stacking the clout, riding dubs, riding chromey wheels. That's what it's about.
Chicks love smart guys.
Yeah.
Don't think because we dress like this,
We ain't smart.
We ain't smart.
We may act crazy now and then.
Gotta get the money first. First you gotta get school. Then you can get out and get the bread and move on with the tools.
Now on the cool though, you gotta get to education. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Ain't no better.
and if you can't afford it, you know that got financial aid.
Financial aid.
Fast food, that's good. You know what I'm saying?
If they don't
food.
help you, you got the Rise and Star program.
Yeah, we got the payment plan. What's
Payment
our
plan.
own?
Yeah,
the payment-
It's better than high school. It's like you in a university, but you just staying at home.
I'm trying to see if I can reach the team. It ain't all about the money and all about the bling. You gotta go to school and do the knowledge thing. Get your books and studies right, then you can go on with your
Freedom.
It's
Number
man.
one.
What you gotta
Number
remember
one.
is you gotta go to class because they do not make you go. Whoa, whoa.
They give you a choice if you go to class or hang out.
But make sure you go to class.
Make sure you go to class.
Class number one.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, that's all I got to say. Freedom. Nobody chasing you. Get
Except
to
for them
school.
girls.
Except for them girls. Girls be on.
I know a lot of people went off to universities, getting a whole bunch of loans and stuff. You don't
We
need no
even had
long
people go to universities and they come back to Mountain View.
They come back to Mountain View.
Yeah, everybody think it's all about TSU and
Prairie View,
KIVA. No, not really, because you learn the same thing here that they learn in there, but they're paying $500 for a $30 class that we're saying.
MVC.
If you come to the school, you can maybe come to my land. Then maybe you can get you a couple years of knowledge. Maybe you can do the books and keep everything up to par.
Make it, break it. Make it, break it. Make it, break it. Ha! Shake it.
I present to you R.L. Bob Thornton, Jr., Chairman of the Dallas County Junior College District Board of Trustees. Bob Thornton.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to welcome you here today. Some 7 years ago, we asked you to put your faith in us, give us some $41.5 million, and create a taxing authority for the rest of your lives, and we would do our best to give you schools second to none. We found for you the finest chancellor in the United States. Today, in the dedication of Eastfield and Mountain View, we're presenting to you two of the finest establishments for education in the United States. We feel that we have fulfilled our trust, and as you look around today, you will see that you have the faculty, the facilities, and the administration to give to your family and your friends the education they so deserve. My part on the program today is to introduce to you the people on the platform, most of whom have spent a great deal of time in making this junior college district come into being. I first would like to introduce to you, and on our Board of Trustees, if you don't mind, let's acknowledge them as a group. Let me introduce all of them to you, and then, if you see fit, acknowledge them. First, I would like to present Mrs. Eugene McDermott, the Vice Chairman of the district. Margaret, you keep standing, please. All of you keep standing. Mr. Launcey L. Leak. Mr. Jim Scoggins. Mr. Franklin Spafford. There's a joke here. I was introducing him out at Eastfield a while ago, and I forgot Franklin. Mr. Durwood Sutton. Mr. Kerry Welch. There's one member, Dr. Frank Altick, our only graduate member of the board, who is here, and I would like for Dr. Altick to stand. Now then, if you would like, would you give them a hand? My board doesn't know that I'm going to do this, but since we're all one board and we've gone through this together, I would like for all of them to stand and remain standing while I introduce the other members of the platform. You stand with me while I introduce the other guests. If I can stand up, they can. I would like to present to you Olin T., our United States Congressman from District 6. Now you're straight ahead. Mr. Jim Collins, United States Congressman, District 3. See, they're the ones that put up the money for us. We want to give them all the time to get their pictures made. Well, now I'd like to introduce the members of the State Senate in the House. Senator Oscar Mosley. Did Ike Harris get here? He did not. Earl was with us. Earl Cabell was out at Eastfield and had to catch a plane. Mike McCool was in Eastfield and did not come across to this side of the river. Representatives, Sam Cope, Sam here, John Boyle, Joe Hall, if Fred Orr wants to get reelected, he better be here. Fred Orr. He don't want to. Dick Reed. They're all working on tax bills. I would now like to present to you His Honor, the Mayor of the City of Dallas, J. Eric Johnson. And that fighting little county judge that swore us all in, Judge Lou Sterritt. I would like to present to you the architects that designed both Eastfield and Mountain View. Representing the firm of Harwood K. Smith, the co-architect of Eastfield, Mr. Rudolph San Miguel. Sammy? And from the great state of California, Mr. Ernest J. Kump. I guess he's still out there admiring his handiwork. The architects that designed this great school, Mr. George Harrell from the firm of Hamilton and Harrell, and Mr. Charles Rader from California. He thought I forgot Zan Holmes, but he's going to benedict you here in a minute. From the field of education, representing the American Association of Junior Colleges, is Chancellor Joe B. Rushing from the Tarrant County Junior College District. And Dr. Tom Hatfield, Assistant Commissioner for Community Colleges, Coordinating Board, Texas College and University System. From our own, I would like to present the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ken Beecher. Director of Planning and Research, Dr. Dion Holt. And the presidents of our two sister colleges in the district, Dr. Jan McCroy, president of Eastfield, and Dr. Don Rippey, president of El Centro.
And famous Mexican painters of the 20th century was Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera did a lot of work in mosaic, but he did painting also. This is a painting of a Dr. Otto Rubel done in 1940. What's fascinating or unique about this particular work is the fauve technique. Fauve is spelled F-A-U-V-E. It is the use of very intense and highly saturated colors. If you look at this painting, you'll see that the blue is extremely intense against the yellow, highly saturated. If you look at Dr. Rubel's eyes, you'll see that the eyes are extremely blue and match, to an extent, the colors in the shirt and in the background. So we are very lucky to be able to see this painting by Diego Rivera. This is the head, or idol, if you will, of the rain god Tlaloc. Now, the rain god Tlaloc is someone the natives would pray to for rain, and the rain and fertility that was so important to them. What's interesting is the head comb that comes off the nose. Quite often with the deities, you will see noses which have extensions. They were very much into big noses, and so I want you to look closely at this, and also notice that there's a serpent motif just above the mouth, and so serpents are very important to them, and these frogs too. The frogs are always associated with water and fertility. What we have here is a Roman sarcophagus. A sarcophagus is a stone coffin in which a person would be laid, and over the body would be poured lime, so that in a period of time the lime would eat the body. That's why it's called a sarcophagus. Sarco in Latin means flesh, and phagus means to eat. And so a sarcophagus, meaning to eat the flesh, is a stone box that is decorated, in this case carved, to illustrate whatever the profession of the person who is buried in it. This was a military sarcophagus, so most likely soldiers and officers were buried in this sarcophagus, which would be used over and over again, because once the lime had eaten the body in about a year, they would take out the bones, place them elsewhere, and then reuse the stone sarcophagus, which is a work of art in its own right. The poet and musician Orpheus was famous in that he could tame the animals with his music. You notice on his head that he has a hat. This is supposed to be a pointed hat, which would indicate that Orpheus came from the East. The Romans would indicate Eastern deities or Eastern religion with a pointed hat. And so Orpheus has this pointed hat, and so he was brought into Rome and became an important deity, and his religion or cult, if you will, became an important Roman mystery religion. This is the head of a priest of one of those imported Eastern mystery religions. We don't know which religion this priest belonged to, but we know he's from a mystery religion because he has a pointed hat. A pointed hat is your sign that the person is related in some way to one of the Eastern religions. Henry Moore was a well-known 20th century sculptor. This is his piece that he did in the 1970s, known as Reclining Mother and Child. The Windmill is an early 20th century painting by Mondrian. This painting was done in the period of time where he was still doing representational painting. You can look at this painting and see that it is a windmill. But Mondrian was about to change to a very different style, a non-representational style, which is known as abstract art. Mondrian, after the period in which he was doing impressionistic paintings, decided to change to non-representational paintings, sometimes called abstract paintings, and this is a very good example of such a painting. This painting is called Place de la Concorde, was done in the late 1930s. Very typical Mondrian. We're in a wing of the Dallas Museum of Art known as the Reeves Collection. The Reeves were originally from Dallas and had a villa in the south of France. When Wendy Reeves decided to give the collection she and her husband had created in that villa, she wanted the artwork to be displayed in the same setting it had been in the villa. So the villa was recreated here in the Dallas Museum of Art. One of the most famous paintings in the villa, and now in the Dallas Museum of Art, in the entrance, is Van Gogh's Sheaves of Wheat, a beautiful painting to be sure, and one that is well known around the world. Kandinsky was an early 20th century painter who painted first in the style known as fauve, and then later became well known as a abstract painter. This painting, the villages or the houses of Morneau, was painted about 1908 and illustrates the beauty of that style that he was painting at that time.
I'm all in
right now. Okay, wait, come on. The rest of y'all get in. Y'all fit in. Y'all fit in. Y'all fit in. Everybody.
All right, everybody.
Come on. We got it. We got it. We got it. Don't cut.
You'll tell us when to cut. You say cut?
Don't cut.
Okay, here we go. You're going to get a flurry of flashes. Everybody's going to be shooting.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, thank you.
No, ma'am.
You know, it's cruel eating those popsicles in front of us.
Okay.
I know, it looks good, doesn't it?
On the count of three, actually cut.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
All right. All right. Congratulations.
So much.
Oh, make it easier. Oh, okay.
Because you don't have to lift so high.
Yeah, good. What you gonna do like they did with Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna let him sit.
Yeah, that's what I realized we probably should pull the chair out the.
Here we go.
Facing this way.
You want it facing this way?
Yeah, with the guard behind it.
Now, I want everybody to know I'm a screamer, all right? So just go with me.
I'm gonna do the deed on you, Dr. Williams, and on Ken.
All right.
We need 2 more.
We need a couple more people.
More volunteers. Okay, we got one.
So we're gonna have one before and one after.
Oh, we need
All right, guys.
Right here. Okay, ready?
Oh yeah. All right.
1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Are we going to do it together or separate? What you all want us to do? Separate. One time. 1,
Who's coming next?
Surprise.
All right, let's let it roll. I want to get one.
Oh,
You're a good sport,
oh
but.
my gosh. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hold on, Mr. Trustee.
Please. Oh, another bucket. Deanna wants to do it again.
Very good, very good. Thanks, folks.
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Very good. Oh,
thank you so much for joining us.
It was coming one day, but I didn't know it would be you.
We haven't done it yet. I don't know where's the thing.
I'm over there.
Felix, high school grad. This is Felix, who recently graduated from high school. His granny was so proud, she cried. Felix has big plans now. Oh, yes. First, work at the burger slab. He's in charge of French fries. Go to the movies with friends, Sam and Dweeb. He's going to beat his top score in video games. Cruise the city with his girlfriend Tasha, when he can afford the gas. They also enjoy dancing. Felix has some fancy moves. And sleep till noon as much as he can. One time, deep down inside his brain, Felix had a brief thought about going to college. But then he thought, nah, and forgot about it. Time marches on, the years passed, and before he knew it, he's the oldest French fryer at Burger Slab. Come on, don't be like Felix. Enroll at Mountain View College and have a real life. Everyone already knows, the more educated you are, the more of a chance you'll have. It's that simple, and there's very few exceptions. So why make things harder for yourself? Mountain View College has been completely dedicated to helping students of every age and background realize their goals in life since 1970. Attending MVC is challenging, to be sure. The quality of instruction you receive from Mountain View College faculty is exactly what you would receive from major four-year universities. And you have all kinds of educational options, too. Get your 2-year degree and then transfer to a university, or get a certificate in one of our technical occupational programs to get into the job market quickly and well prepared. Whatever direction you decide on, MVC is the first door to pass through. And it's affordable. The community college was originally designed so that everyone, no matter what their financial situation, could attend and succeed in college. On top of the already low cost of classes, there are all kinds of scholarships, grants, and financial aid that you could be eligible for. If you're just out graduating from high school, maybe you think college is just more of the same. No way. College is totally different. You'll find college life to be more open and liberating than you can imagine. You have other excuses for not enrolling? We can convince you otherwise, no matter what you think might be holding you back. Talk to an advisor and see how Mountain View College can start changing your life right away. Lack of money or your past academic record is not an excuse. Neither is having a job or family obligations or not speaking English very well. We can help you overcome most any obstacle. Walk the campus, see it for yourself, in person or online if you want. Just start living and just start here. Mountain View College. Hey, it looks like Felix finally got wise. He won't be French frying forever after all.
When I first heard about Mountain View College, I was like, okay, where is this place? And they said, well, it's the college on top of the hill. And so I always went up 408 and never realized that there was a college here. When I was in college, I was thinking about going into industry, pursuing a career in chemistry, doing some chemical research, but never entertained the question of doing chemistry as a profession, as a teacher. One of my professors, Ira Smolinski at college, pointed out that I had teaching potential, but I didn't believe him. When I got into grad school, it was then that I knew that I had a knack for teaching different concepts.
We're very proud to have Professor Jesse Fox in the Science Allied Health and Physical Education Division.
In his short time here, Professor Fox has been a highly innovative instructor.
One of the first words that comes to mind when thinking about Jesse is rigor. Last year I served as interim dean of science, and I was happy to evaluate his class. I noticed that his students were extremely motivated, very eager to listen to Jesse's very clear explanations of difficult chemical concepts. That was really extraordinary to watch.
The goals of teaching are simple for me. My goal is to make sure that my students understand all the concepts that I already understand, for the most part, at least I think, to get those concepts over so that they could grasp at least one concept from the course. I feel that if they could grasp at least one concept from my course, that I have done my job as a teacher. With my organic students, we have them do an art form project, which turned out to be really great because it incorporated chemistry and art.
The synthesis that Jesse has demonstrated through his students' artwork is exactly what the essence of college level work is about, linking disciplines together. And this is what Jesse has done very well and has made him an exemplary faculty member here at Mountain View College.
What we wanted to do was we wanted the students to be exposed to what it is in real life, to actually do research, find the information, and then being able to present that information and to actually entertain questions. Because these are future scientists, we wanted to make sure that they have the skills necessary to become successful.
Professor Fox is very involved with his community. He is also very, very attuned to the needs of students.
We wanted to get the community to come on campus, and the only way that I saw, or at that time that I saw, was to offer a magic show, make it free, have the students to come onto campus and actually participate in those activities that we do for the magic show. We offer the magic show every semester for the students, and what we want to do is we want them to be our future scientists. We want to encourage them to pursue a degree in chemistry. We also want the parents to come out because they may want to pursue a degree in chemistry or pursue a degree in science, and this may be that avenue that allows them to go ahead and pursue that. Let it be said, chemistry is not one of those subjects that everybody wants to enroll in. It's not the one that gets all of the students in the seats. But it's one that if we transform it, we can encourage students to come and partake of it, even if it's a general chemistry course or if it's a nursing course based on chemistry. If it's just something that encourages them to actually come and try to take a science course, we've done our job. With the Chemistry Astrophysics Club, I do this in conjunction with Ms. Shana Sokansanj. We take them to the observatory in Fort Davis, where they get to spend at least 2 or 3 days going around and experiencing Fort Davis, but not only experiencing Fort Davis, but also going to the McDonald Observatory. We also do a trip to NASA every spring. We go down to Houston. We spend 3 days down in Houston. And what we're doing is we're basically incorporating those things that make students successful. Basically giving them contacts at different areas, getting them exposed to different things, and also giving them the encouragement that they need in order to pursue a degree in science. What we want to do here at Mountain View College is to empower students and transform communities. And so by doing this, by giving them the skills, by giving them the education that they need, we're hoping that we can transform this community to be one of the better communities in the Dallas area. I like it a lot here. I think people like me too, I hope.
Hey, Randy, how are you? So it's your old buddy Richard in the studio, ready to do your stuff. Okay, so we'll do the heavy guy first. So we'll give you a few lines of that, and then we'll do the next part. So here we go. This is WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas, Fort Worth. You're listening to WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. This is Sounds of the 70s on WMVC FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. You're listening to Sounds of the 70s on WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. Okay, let's try something more upbeat. You're listening to Sounds of the 70s on WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. This is WMVC 98.1 FM, Sounds of the 70s. You're cruising with WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. You're rocking to the sounds of the 70s. You're rocking to the sounds of the 70s. We're cruising with the 70s on WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. You're cruising with the 70s on WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth.
That was the longest rehearsal ever. Rod's trying to kill us, I'm telling you. He made us do that one scene 11 times?
Okay, let me finish telling you about this movie. So they're in a spaceship called the Millennium something, I forget, but it's truly far out. And the Han Solo guy goes to something called hyperdrive, and wham, the stars outside suddenly come streaking at the camera like streaks, smears, time-lapse or something. It's so cool. The audience went crazy. Whoosh, they're gone.
No, it sounds far out. I want to see it as soon as I can.
Totally dumb.
But you'll sit through Rocky Horror every Saturday night at the Village.
Totally different.
What, 27 times now?
31. That's totally different. Totally. Rocky has a deeper meaning.
Shotgun.
Okay, I gotta pick up Mark and Joanna, take them to Wynwood. Denise, Richard, Emily, and Ken need a ride to the Rubio.
I gotta go get my check at the Astro, so I can totally get you guys in for free while I go to the office. I can go pick up Jay, John, Marge, Steve-O, and Reagan before we meet up.
Oh, and I promised to take Lee, Sue Ellen, and Ardra to Randy's house so he can drive them to Arlington. Okay, listen up. It's Friday night. We're young. We have a full tank of gas. It's time to do stuff we'll never forget. Hey, I can dig it.
You're cruising with the 70s on WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas-Fort Worth. WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas Fort Worth.
Long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Man, how many people need rides tonight? You should charge everybody 50 cents for gas, man.
This is WMVC 98.1 FM, Sounds of the 70s. WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Palestinians destroyed the helicopter where the hostages were with grenades.
We have a mystery story out of Washington. 5 people have been arrested and charged with breaking into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee in the middle of the night.
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
The Democratic National Committee is located in the Watergate office building.
Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
Protests in downtown Dallas turned violent today when police clashed with angry demonstrators following the shooting death by a Dallas police officer of 12-year-old Santos Rodriguez. Officer Darrell Kane shot the boy as he sat handcuffed in the back seat of the patrol car.
Saigon was now encircled, and South Vietnamese troops could not move out more than 10 miles along any road.
As dusk fell on Saigon, helicopters were still taking people out of the embassy compound.
Vietnamese in every 10 have been a casualty of war. Nearly 1.5 million.
To bring you this special report on UC Newsbreak on the People's Temple mass suicides in Guyana and the murder of Congressman Leo Ryan.
Some 60 Americans are now beginning their 6th day of captivity inside the U.S. Embassy in Tehran.
But the alternative may be a national catastrophe.
Sail on, silver girl. Sail on
I'm Silly Billy, the personality pickle. Packed in a jar full of fresh flavor. Served cold and fat for you to savor. So tasty to eat, so much, so fun. Ideal snack for all of us. Crisp.
Okay, I got my check. Let's go.
Man, I haven't even seen her head spin around yet. I want to see her head spin around.
No way. I work here. I don't want to hang out here. Come on, let's go.
Come on, man. We got to get to the disco before it closes.
Yeah, we gotta go, man. Come on, let's go. This movie freaks me out.
Yeah, man. Indubitably. Indubitably. Man, I really wanted to see your head spin around.
You're cruising with WMVC 98.1 FM, Dallas, Fort Worth.
I'm serious, man. In a few years, we'll have Hilton hotels in orbit, and we'll have moon bases. It's bound to happen after Apollo.
Far out.
I want to work on the moon. That'd be cool.
You know what else? We're never gonna get old, too. Or at least for like another 100 years or so. I read that they're gonna cure aging like a disease by like 1990.
Yeah, cool.
We are the generation that'll never grow old.
Yes!
We're never gonna stop dancing!
Very good.
I'd like to get down and disco. fellow Americans, stay in school, stay in Mountain View.
I hate this.
Okay, you said it's important for the students.
Well. The experiencing of these moments is indeed the fulfillment and the purpose of my career.
I'd also like to take this moment to express my shock, my dismay that those outtakes of Rod and David have been splashed across the television screens for your enjoyment, if you want to call it such.
No, that
it's kind
was
of
great.
a
I enjoyed
sadistic pleasure I think we get from seeing others make complete fools of themselves.
A lot of fun. When I see that moment, and what did we just say?
Nothing to do with putting together those outtakes.
Come on, you had everything to do with putting together those
I did not.
Yes, you did. For me, the most incredibly rewarding moment is to see that individual whose raw talent has been developing over several months, over a year, suddenly come to fruition and step across that line into quality and professional level performance. To see the glory of that moment when they find themselves actually giving to the audience and giving a part of themselves, that is the most rewarding experience, which I've used 1,000 times already.
That's nice. That was nice.
Why would I say that? I can't imagine why I would say that. To experience these moments, which are indeed the gift of love of the performer to his audience, are the greatest fulfillment of my life and the joy of working in the theater. When I see that moment, it makes all the hard work seem worthwhile. Not seem worthwhile.
Right,
I had everything to do with this videotape.
I had nothing to do
he did. Who else is going to edit videotape?
I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and a Happy New Year. Oh, give me a break.
That was my line.
What was
you took
your
my
line?
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year
That
was
was
my line.
not. The Happy New Year was my line. I'd like to slap them both. God forbid.
Welcome to Mountain View College CAD Lab. My name is Steve Billingsley. I'm the full-time faculty here at Mountain View.
I apologize for not being here in person, but I'm coming through you through the magic of this video. I'd like to talk to you about the opportunities here at Mountain View College and the variety of courses from basic drafting to 3D animation, whether you want to just be a draftsman or you're working towards an architectural or engineering degree. Let me show you some of the things that we can teach you here in the Mountain View College CAD Lab. If you're here as a high school student, you may have the opportunity to receive college credit through Tech Prep if you take the required CAD classes in your junior and senior years. We also offer 3 completion certificates on your way to an associate's degree, each certificate building on the next one. Right now we offer architectural classes where we'll teach you how to do floor plans, foundation plans, elevations, sections, and details. We also have the 3D architectural software, which we also offer in classes. We have Architectural Desktop and Revit. In our mechanical classes, we offer the software Inventor and CATIA. Both are modulated parametric software programs. Here we'll teach you part creation, assemblies, presentation, and animation. And we'll also show you how to create working drawings. Mountain View College, we offer the typical classroom setting, and we also offer online classes. All of our classes are flexible and will fit your schedule. We also offer 3D animation classes. As you've seen, there's a large variety of opportunities here for you at the Mountain View College CAD Lab. Whether you're going for the architectural or the mechanical track, whether you want classroom or online classes, we try to accommodate all students and your needs. Now, the Mountain View College CAD Lab is located on the west side, room W107 and W105. My office phone number is 214-860-8720, or you can call the CAD Lab phone 214-860-8733. I gotta go.
I think maybe a quote from Khalil Gibran would work. Khalil said, "You may forget those with whom you have laughed, but you will never forget those with whom you have cried." Mountain View and its people are like that.